Greetings, wrestling fans. Welcome back to the channel. Today, after 6 months, I'm going to be doing another blast from the past. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. You know, I rarely ever do these, and I must apologize. Like, I'm happy I've actually been getting quite a few requests from these, because people really do like these. And, yeah, I will try and do more. Maybe this year could be the year of more Blast from the Pasts. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but since people really like these, I will do some more. So, this year, we'll be doing a Royal Rumble pay-per-view since we are coming up to the Royal Rumble. I have decided to talk about Royal Rumble 2012. This will be the Royal Rumble pay-per-view that I will be choosing to talk about. And, yeah, personally I'm pretty excited for this one, because I remember this one. This one was, I have a bit of history with this one. I actually remember a lot about it, especially the winner and some of the matches. Well, I'm currently looking at the Wikipedia page right now, and yeah, it's bringing me back to the memories of 2012. You know, this was during the time period where I absolutely loved the WWE. 2011, 2012 were the years where I thoroughly really enjoyed it. Not just because there was a lot of my favorites, I just thought it was just really good back then. And I personally enjoyed it a lot back in that early period. I wish WWE was a lot more like this. Well, some people think it is right now with Triple H back in charge, but good old Vinnie Mac is back to ruin everything. So yeah. Anyway, enough stalling. Let's talk about the show. We kicked off the Royal Rumble 2012 with a triple threat World Heavyweight Championship Steel Cage match. It was Daniel Bryan taking on The Big Show and Mark Henry. Daniel Bryan, this is when he was doing his whole World Heavyweight Champion! Yes! 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 This is when he was doing that. This is where he kind of started the Yes Movement. This is where the Yes Movement kind of started. And I remember Daniel Bryan was in a relationship with AJ Lee at the time. So, yeah, good old AJ Lee. Yeah, good old AJ Lee again. So, overall, this steel cage match was actually, many people thought Daniel Bryan was going to lose this. Daniel Bryan was supposed to be a heel, I guess. I think he was meant to be a heel here. He was just this arrogant heel, but he's also supposed to be a babyface, I guess. A babyface that's slowly turning heel, I guess. Anyway, so the Big Show has been having issues with Daniel Bryan because Big Show accidentally bolted AJ Lee over on an episode of SmackDown. I do remember that. He broke her neck at one point. And Mark Henry was in the middle of his Hall of Pain stuff. So yeah, I remember that. But Daniel Bryan ended up winning the steel cage. If my memory serves me correctly, how this match ended was Daniel Bryan was trying to climb out of the cage. Big Show was like holding on to Daniel Bryan. Mark Henry, I think he was also trying to grab hold of Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan somehow slipped out of both of them, and then he fell on the outside. I think that's how it ended. It's been a while since I've watched it. I actually do have the DVD. It's actually right here. I'll show you. I've actually got the DVD right here. I've actually got the... Whoa! I almost tripped over my cable. That's great stuff. I've got the DVD, like, right here. So, I guess maybe I could have just re-watched this pay-per-view myself before I came on here and did this review. Oh, well, you know, you can't remember it. You can't remember to do everything. So, you can't remember to do everything. Anyway, so, I think that's how it ended. Correct me if I'm wrong. It ended around about the 9-minute mark. ended around the 9-minute mark. Daniel Bryan retained, and he went on to WrestleMania. Next, we got ourselves a good old Divas. We got ourselves a good old 8 Divas tag team match. It is Beth Phoenix, Natalya, and the Bella Twins taking on Kelly Kelly, Eve Torres, Alicia Fox, and Tamina Snuka. Not a good night for my favorite because, Beth Phoenix's team got the win. Beth ended up pinning Kelly Kelly after a glam slam. I wasn't a very happy chappy after that. It was okay. It was a 5-minute match. It was a 5-minute match. Wasn't very happy that Kelly Kelly had to be the one that get pinned. I mean, you had freaking Alicia Fox and Tamina there. Why did Kelly Kelly have to be the one that get pinned? But oh well. Next we have Kane versus John Cena. This match, I remember this storyline. Shockingly, I actually remember this. This was during Kane's Embrace the Hate storyline, where he was trying to tell John Cena to embrace the hate and I guess turn heel. Because we all know WWE always likes to troll us by putting John Cena in a storyline where, we could potentially see him turn heel or something like that. But, Kane was in the middle of this Embrace the Hate storyline with John Cena. And he was also beating up poor old Zack Ryder. For absolutely no reason. But, Overall, as I said, this match ended in a double countout. There was no winner. Kane ended up going backstage with John Cena, and he beat the crap out of Zack Ryder again. And there was no winner, which ended up leading into a rematch at Extreme Rules and an ambulance match. I believe that's what happened. So yeah, it was a decent little match. When it comes to Kane, he's a legend and all, but I think this was during the period where he was starting to overstay his welcome a little bit. But you know what? It's okay. It was a solid 10-minute match that almost ran for 11 minutes. Who's ready for a squash match? This squash match was good old Brodus Clay with Cameron and Naomi. And he squashed poor old Drew McIntyre. Yeah, this is when Drew McIntyre... Was he doing the 3MB stuff by this point? I don't think he was. I believe... so? No, I think that was 2013. But yeah, Drew got squashed in about a minute to Brodus Clay, who is currently known as Tyrus. And I think he's also a champion now. Because I remember my parents were watching the American TV channel yesterday, and they showed me that he was there, so... Not sure what title he was holding, but I saw he had a title, but I do remember him. Because we all know that someone had to call his mama. Next we have is the WWE Championship match. It is everybody's favorite wrestler, CM Punk. He took on Dolph Ziggler. CM Punk was the current WWE Champion, and he was in an ongoing storyline with John Laurinaitis, People Power. Yeah, that douche. The douchebag that ran Sasha Banks and Naomi out of WWE, that douchebag. This was during the period, obviously I loved CM Punk. This was during the time periods where I loved CM Punk, and he was really damn funny with his promos. We all know how great CM Punk is. Despite how much I do not like him much nowadays, I will say he's still fantastic to revisit and rewatch during his days in WWE. I just wish he patched up his issues with WWE and put his past aside and come back and have one final run. But it is what it is when it comes to that jerk. But either way, this is not a hate campaign for CM Punk. I still appreciate with the things that he did in WWE when I rewatch this stuff. So, It was a good match. The whole storyline here was John Laurinaitis hated CM Punk. He didn't want him as his champion on Monday Night Raw. Which is stupid because here's the thing. You've got... Because this is during the period where the draft never really existed anymore. The draft never really existed anymore during this time period. Even though they still tried to have separate rosters, there was really no draft. Like, CM Punk could turn up on both Raw and SmackDown, and like, you know, everybody can turn up on two different brands. Kind of like how it is, well, not like how it is in real life. It's kind of like that in real life now, but, kind of like how it is now, but all I'm saying is, back then they kind of, you know, slowly moving on from the draft. And the brand split. They were slowly moving on from the brand split, even though they still tried to have separate rosters. Also, Jack Swagger and Vicky Guerrero were banned from ringside. I believe Stone Cold Steve Austin did that? I can't remember. I don't really remember. I think Steve Austin banned them when he was the guest GM. I can't really remember for sure. But John Laurinaitis was the special guest enforcer. And in the end, it was a very good match between him and Dolph Ziggler. CM Punk was able to retain. John Laurinaitis, his job was in stake if he screwed CM Punk. But he ended up counting the 3 count and allowing CM Punk to retain the WWE Championship. So the match ran for 14 minutes and 30 seconds. A very fun, enjoyable match. Next is our main event. It is the Royal Rumble. Now, I don't really like running down the Royal Rumble entries, but I guess I will quickly do it here. Number 1 was The Piss. Everybody's favorite must-see superstar, The Piss, as he started out at number 1. Number 2 came in, and it was Alex Riley. Alex Riley, man, he was actually quite an underrated wrestler. You know, I didn't mind him. Honestly, I didn't mind Alex Riley. Some people say he's a bum. Some people don't really think he was any good. Honestly, I liked him. Honestly, I liked Alex. It's a real shame that John Cena had to ruin his career. It's a real shame. It's a real shame John Cena had to ruin his career. But either way, Alex Riley, he was number 2. He was the first person eliminated. He was eliminated by The Miz. R-Truth was the next man to come out. He was also eliminated by The Miz. The Miz only got 2 eliminations, and that was the first 2 people that came in. Then we got Cody Rhodes, that came in at number 4, Justin Gabriel at number 5, Primo at number 6, Mick Foley, good old Mick Foley, made a little appearance here. Ricardo Rodriguez, good old Ricardo, Alberto Del Dipshit's personal ring announcer. And then we had Santino. We had a little sock-off, but we had a sock-off between Mick Foley and Santino. Yes, we had a sock-off. The Cobra versus Mr. Socko. But Epico came in. He was eliminated by Foley. Kingston came in at number 11. Then we had Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah, Jerry Lawler. He ended the Rumble. He was eliminated in 43 seconds. Ezekiel Jackson came in at number 13. Jinder Mahal came in at 14. Great Khali came in at number 15, eliminating both Ezekiel and Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal's been around since 2012. Jesus Christ. It's shocking that he's been around this long. Then we get Hudiko, who was an evil Sin Cara. He was more like an evil Sin Cara, but he was the guy that ended up replacing the actual Sin Cara later down the line. Booker T, the five-time WCW champion, came in at 17. Dolph Ziggler at 18. We had another legend in Hacksaw Jim Duggan come in. Then we had Michael freaking Cole. Yes, Michael freaking Cole entered the freaking Royal Rumble. If there's one thing I will say, I was not a fan of this Royal Rumble. This Royal Rumble was downright dumb. It was downright dumb. We had 3 commentators, because Booker T was a commentator at this time. We had 3 damn commentators participate. but yet they couldn't find extra spaces for other wrestlers. Could have just chucked Brodus Clay and Drew McIntyre in there. But no, we have to give space to the commentators, because the commentators were at their most insufferable during this time period. If there was one thing I will really say about 2012, the only bad thing about this era was how the commentator was so damn insufferable. Karma, Awesome Kong, came out at 21, and she scared Michael Cole shitless. She scared Michael Cole shitless as he ran out of the ring, and Jerry Lawler and Booker T pushed him off the apron. Karma then bloody destroyed a couple of women, then was eventually eliminated by Dolph Ziggler. Sheamus came in at number 22. Then we had, oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Good old road dog Jesse James. Well, not good old. We're not a big fan of him nowadays. But, you know, he's a legend. And then Jey Uso made his way out to the ring at 24, way before his days as the right-hand man. Jack Swagger at 25, Wade Barrett at 26, David Otunga. The only good thing about David Otunga was his music. Oh radio, when you stand next to me, I know you feel the power. You know, that was the only good thing about him. Randy Orton came out at number 28, Jericho 29, and Big Show 30. And the eventual winner was none other than Sheamus at number 22, eliminating Chris Jericho. Honestly, a lot of people expected Chris Jericho. A lot of people expected Chris Jericho to win because he just came back. But it ended up being Sheamus. But honestly, I actually predicted Sheamus to win that year, so I got it right. You know, I've been quite accurate with my Royal Rumble guesses over the last several years, even though I haven't really been that great this year, because, you know, WWE pull stupid shit like this, like last year, with frickin' Rousey and Lesnar. But hopefully this year's Rumble is better, but I highly doubt it. So thank you all so much for joining me for this blast from the past. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up, give me your thoughts and opinions down below, and I will see you all next time for the next blast from the past if you ever want to see me do more. See you guys next time.